welcome back to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today we've got a TAIBS split, Taps Off International Bottle Split, which is our little split group between the 7 of us. This is Whisky Sponge, which is decadent drinks. I've never really bought into Whisky Sponge or decadent drinks for that matter. I might have, I don't even know if I have any bottles by them, just because I think they can be quite pricey. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. This is a 25-year-old Ben Nevis from 1996. There's only 348 bottles. It's a refill butt, and it's 23%. Sorry, 53%. Could you imagine 23%? It was £240. So obviously we split that between the 7 of us, bringing the price quite a bit down, and we got 100ml each. So we'll get down to the nose, the palate, the finish, and see if this is a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. So the nose, there's I'm getting like grilled broccoli, a little like kind of vegetal. There's melon, there's like kind of light white honey. It's quite raw on the nose, but I'm not actually going to add water. I've added some water to this in experiencing, and I feel like it just mutes it a little bit too much. However, it does nose young. It feels quite young. There's some peat there, and something like latex. It's definitely a fresh, like I said, it does noses. I don't even know if that makes sense. It smells young. That's the right phrasing. Yeah, English. It smells young and almost like new make. I mean, it's obviously not new make, but I would definitely hazard a guess that from the nose, this is a tired cask. There's not a lot of wood influence here. Anyway, did I say it was refill? Yeah, refill. The palate. Yeah, it's malty goodness in the palate. The new make kind of essence in the nose is completely faded in the palate. There's kind of copper elements there. There's some kind of black tea leaves in the palate. It's also vegetal again, probably quite a consistent theme, the vegetal notes. It's still quite raw in the palate as well. Maybe a little bit creaminess coming through, a little bit of peat. It's actually a rather pleasant palate and quite a contrast from the nose. Not that the nose was horrible. I think the nose is challenging, but it's interesting. It's definitely an intriguing whiskey. Some chalkiness there as well, and quite a lot of kind of unripe fruit, and also peanut brittle, which leads us on to the finish. The finish is long, and like I said, with the palate, that peanut brittle at the end, there's lots of peanuts on the palate here. Again, vegetal peat in the finish, green apples, and once again, like just a lot of maltiness on the finish. Yeah, like I said, quite an interesting, and I don't know if challenging is the right word, just an interesting dram. The palate's far better than the nose. Like I said, the nose isn't bad, it's unique, it's strange. I don't think I've ever had, I have had some young whiskies tasting like new make, but not a 25-year-old smelling like new make. And there's definitely like new make. That's why I think the cask is just tired. It's almost like it's just been put in the cask and then brought out. But anyway, the rating, and if you're new here, how I rate my whiskies on 3 factors. Would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth it? And would I recommend it? So I'll start with the easy one. Would I recommend this? Yes. I think if you assume you're going to get this really fruity, dirty, kind of in your face 25-year-old Ben Nevis, then you will be disappointed, because it's raw, it's vegetal, it's fresh, it's a little, like I say, the kind of green apples, it's a little malty, it's not as funky or fruity as I've had some Ben Nevis in the past, or dirty. It's not a dirty whiskey. Would I buy it again? I would enjoy more of this. I wouldn't buy it again, but I would definitely want more to explore this further. Just because what I've had is fine, and I've managed to take notes, I've managed to compile some notes together, but I feel like this has got a little bit more to give than what I'm appreciating of it. It is interesting. There's something about it. Like I said, it's not a typical Ben Nevis in a way, and it's definitely not a typical 25-year-old. I think if you spent £240 on this thinking you were getting this kind of smooth, exquisite 25-year-old Ben Nevis, then yeah, you'd be definitely hitting yourself, because it's quite the opposite. Do I think it's worth it? Like I touched on in the intro, I think decadent drinks, I think Whisky Sponge prices are a little bit out there, but I also believe I know why. I think they source their casks from signatory. Not all the time, but sometimes, and I think this imparts a little bit of a higher cost for them, so then they have to put that onto the consumer. I mean, I could be talking absolutely crap, but I'm pretty sure that is the case with some of their whiskies. But I think this is worth it. I don't know, it's a tough one because it's such a unique, strange whiskey. I think that maybe helps it a little bit, and you could say that it's worth that, it's worth the exploration, but I don't know, I would struggle to part £240 for this whiskey. And Ben Nevis at that age does warrant and does seem to have a higher price. It does go up that high, so it's not just decadent drinks. Sorry, I felt like I was a little bit harsh with their pricing, but it's not just them that price the Ben Nevis or aged Ben Nevis like that. You just go online, you'll see 20-year-old Ben Nevis and how much it goes for. But yeah, I just don't think this is necessarily worth it. Like I say, it doesn't mean it's a bad whiskey. This has been one of the more interesting TAIBS splits, but also one of the more interesting drams that I've had in recent time, just because it kind of threw me off with how raw it was, and at that age, and it gave me a little bit of kind of giddiness. Just that excitement, bewilderment, if you will, something different. So yeah, it's unfortunately, because of my rating system and try to keep it simple, it is a whiskey bin, but I've enjoyed what I've had, and like I said, it's been quite intriguing and interesting to explore it. So I hope you've enjoyed the review. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Wins. I'll see you later.